Hi, this is Dansoy, aka Batman in the Kitchen. Welcome back to the Food Zone for Friday bonus. I'm going to cook a leftover meal with farm fresh organic eggs. I had cilantro left over and a few things, so I'm going to basically do an omelet with everything in the middle. So we have biscuits that were left over, sausage patty, I got vine ripe tomato, cheese, cilantro, and onion. I'm going to use extra virgin olive oil from 365. It's a spray. And I'm going to use brown eggs from Organic Valley. They're really high in omega-3. So I'm going to get started by throwing some of the stuff in the pan first with the oil, and then after that I'll beat up 3 brown eggs and throw it in there, and then once that gets cooking for a couple minutes on low, I will throw the stuff inside the omelet and just fold it. So this one's easy. You can actually like add potatoes next to it, hash browns, whatever you want. Like today, it's just a quick leftover meal, and we're gonna just cook this, and I'll see you in a bit. All right, so I sprayed some oil in there, and we're gonna get started. We're gonna throw in the scallion, the green and the white, and then we're gonna throw in some cilantro. And we're gonna let that cook a little bit till it gets soft, and then we'll put it aside, and we'll beat the eggs, and we'll put the egg in the pan and then fill it. And hopefully at the end we can fold this omelet. It's hard to fold the omelet and hold the camera at the same time. Alright, so we have the scallion in there. And I'm sorry I'm using such a big pan, but like I said, this is my mother's pan. It's special. I have to get a smaller pan for smaller recipes. Now we're going to save in the cilantro if we can, because I've had it for a couple days, and then we're going to throw that in here. We're going to just light this up and cook it a little bit. But the biscuits and the sausage is already cooked, so we could put that in when the egg forms. All right, so we have the cilantro and onion in there, so we're going to want to go down and turn this thing on to medium and just slowly cook that a little bit. And then after we cook it, we'll put it to the side, and then we'll do the egg. And then later on we'll add all this stuff, but this is already pre-cooked. These are already cooked. These biscuits, we're going to crumble them. The cheese won't take long, and the tomato, we'll dice it up right before we're going to form the omelet. Alright, so we're back. I'm cooking that on low. I actually added some onion powder. 365 makes a good onion powder, so I added that. I don't get sponsorship from them or any kind of endorsements. I just use their products a lot because it's really good. So you can hear that sizzle. You can see the onion powder in the pan, and I sprayed more oil into there. But leftover meals are fun, like I said before, because you can take stuff that's left over and recreate, and no waste. Alright, so we're done with that, and I transferred that over to a mixing bowl. You can see the green and white scallion, and I also diced the tomato. So we're just gonna do the eggs next. But right now we don't have to do anything with this cheese, sausage, or biscuits. They're already pre-cooked, and when the egg is formed, like I said, we'll just toss it in. Alright, so now we got our brown eggs, and we're going to throw in 3 in there, and we're going to whisk it. Alright, so we got our eggs, and 2 of the yolks broke, but doesn't matter. This is going to be an omelet, so just whisk that all together, and then we'll put some oil in the pan, and then we'll throw that egg in there. Alright, YouTube, so you can see that we whisked the egg, so it didn't matter that those yolks broke. If we were making other eggs, except for scrambled too, then they would matter. So, but right now it's just an omelet, so it doesn't matter. So we're gonna spray some more oil in here, and we're just gonna put the stove on low. You want it to cook low. And here's our eggs. So we're gonna take that. And let that form on the outside, but look at the nice rich colors. So let that form, and then when it starts to form, we'll put the stuff in the middle. Alright, so we have that on low. We're gonna patiently let that cook where it gets like more cooked around the edges, and we're gonna throw everything in the middle. Unfortunately, I used a pan too big for this. I was not thinking, so we'll make the best of this. Usually to make an omelet you need a smaller pan, but we all make mistakes, and we'll see. Alright YouTube, so the egg is cooking. We're gonna throw some stuff in the middle. We're gonna actually throw some diced tomatoes in there. And then take some of this cheese, throw that in the middle, throw some sausage in there, and throw some of the biscuits. Now we're just gonna fold this if we can. Alright, so we're gonna just fold this. And voila! Sorry for the bouncy camera. But there's your omelet. So just turn your heat into medium. And there's your omelet. So right now, you can just trim the edges off if you want. But it wasn't the most pretty omelet, but this is leftover meal, so we'll plate it and we'll be done. Alright, so we're back, YouTube. This wasn't the prettiest cook or the prettiest display, but this was a leftover meal. It's still stuffed with ingredients, and we did our best because it's a leftover and the pan was too big that I used. But you can see the cheese that's melted in there, and you can see that cheese. Switch this around and you can see it. So it actually came out pretty good. Look at that cheese that baked right into it. So you couldn't ask for anything better. We did our best. And that's your leftover scramble. It's gonna taste better than it looks. So thanks for visiting my channel. This is the omelet leftover, and this is gonna be tasty. But before we go, I cut it in half, so you can see that's everything that's in there. Sausage and the scallion and the tomatoes, so it's actually pretty good. So thanks for joining me. Like I said, I like to do leftover meals, and thanks for joining me, and I'll see you Monday. Be safe. Dansoy out.